Anyway, let's go back to the game. No, seriously, joking aside.
I'm the language guy, come on.
No, don't hate. No, joking aside, look, your coach just said it. Forget about the going and, you know, faking going and going in behind Gabriel. You gave him that the whole time at Arsenal, and you guys worked on, obviously, attacking their left-hand side. But the way you press, this is what I wanted to talk, because a lot of people talk about players being complete because they can do everything on the ball. You are complete for me because also off the ball you do a lot, but also you're going to have to talk about your goal and what you felt at that moment.
Yeah, no, it was, as you said, probably first half I wasn't too involved in the game, but you know, we've been speaking about details, and it really comes down to the game plan that the gaffer set up. And I think I executed it in a good way. And these games are about details and about moments. So I knew my moment would come. And yeah, I scored it, and the feeling was incredible. Hey,
boss, you gotta go.
You gotta go, boss.
Wait. I don't see my goal. Ooh, wee.
Very nice. Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I just had to anticipate. And
if you had been watching our pre-game, you would have heard Micah describe you as a young Thierry Henry. Do you like the comparison? I said in our pre-game, Micah described you as a young Thierry Henry.
Yeah, I think that's a stretch.
No, it's not, man.
I think you need to do more, but yeah, it feels good to hear.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
I know you want to get away, but we've got to do your dance before you go.
Oh, why not?
Come on, let's do it. How do we go again? Do it.
Michael will do anything.
Do it, man.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Congrats, Dan. Well done.
Get yourself back in the Champions League. We want you next season.
What a game. What a game. Well done. Woo.
Very nice.
But I just want to give him his moment with his, you know, friends and family. It's such a magic moment for him. So
would you always know where your friends and family were sitting in games like this?
Never. I never used to speak to my friends and family before games. I was locked in. I was zoned in.
Is that unusual for a player? Or
I don't know. I don't know about for you, Thierry, but I just.
Very unusual.
Oh, really? Maybe I
Very unusual.
Maybe I friends.
Our family.
Problem.
We're going to take you through the action from this game.
Nice.
And let's go through the goals in order. Let's start off with Dan Burns. What a goal this was to open it up 1-0, and from him.
Brilliantly. And I think we've talked about the header, but I want to talk about the ball in from Trippier. If you look at the way he's hitting them with fade. And the reason why I believe he's putting him so high is because Dan Burns so much taller than anyone, and the way he just guides it. I mean, that is an unbelievable
He did
cross.
it 4 times in the first half because they realized that McAllister was defending on that Burn, and there's no way. First and foremost, you can't grab anymore, as we all know. So how are you going to stop Dan Burn when the ball is in the air like that? It's virtually impossible. He won one before. I think one he nearly touched, and the fourth one went in.
But you know, when the ball's floated like that, it's very hard to get the pace on it. You've got to have like a bullet ever. That's why you've seen so many in-swingers, so you could just touch it.
Yeah, but did you see the little curve he made
little fake,
to be able to attack it properly?
Amazing, bro.
It's very rare.
You had that in your locker.
I had that.
Oh, okay.
Dicky today, no roll red. Okay.
No Dicky today. It's rare, isn't it, that you have one of your best performances in one of your biggest games, and that kind of feels like what happened for him today.
Yeah.
No. This guy has been playing well for a very long time. You have to give him his credit, and because it's a big occasion, he will go down in history.
Right.
He's been playing well for a long time, and sometimes I'm very sorry. It's not because the game is big that suddenly his performance is big. He's been playing well for a long time.
No, but can it be harder to have those good performances in big games? That's what I'm trying to say.
No, that's a different ball game, yes. But this guy has been a solid 7 or 8 out of 10 all the time. This is for him, and where he's from. That's a 10. That's a 10.
Yeah?
That's a 10.
You give him a 10 too?
That's a 10, yes.
A 10. I'll give him a 10, 100%.
Come on, everybody. Here we go. Come on, the stars of Newcastle have joined us. So we've got Dan Burn, manager Eddie Howe, Alexander Isak. Congratulations, guys. It is so good to have you with us. Thank you so much. How does it feel to give this gift to these fans?
It feels amazing. Absolutely, you know, one of the best days, I'm sure, of all of our careers to win here in front of the supporters, the number, and also the people at home. It means so much to the city of Newcastle.
No, I'm going to go, so first and foremost, wow, because to do that to Liverpool, and I always say to, now I want to be with you now. I always say that people always talk about team being controlling the game in possession. You control the game also off the ball. I mean, they didn't have anything apart from the end, and we're not going to talk about what Gulmaris did because I was filming over there. I'm sure you were also filming. But I like the way this man over there was sliding on Mo Salah to make sure that Livramento could attack is what for me is their weak side. It's also their best side, but when you can attack that side, they're weak. Was that planned?
Yeah, I mean that was the plan for Dan to slide across on Salah. I think you're right. It wasn't the best football game, pure football game, but I thought we were excellent off the ball today. It always starts with this man up front. It always does. As good as he is, really is as good as the team is off the ball. And then you work your way back through the team. And Dan did a brilliant job on Salah because we know that he's not just a threat with the ball. He's actually very good from direct play. And he gave us a problem at Anfield, holding the ball up and shielding the ball and aerially. So I thought Dan managed that really well, and yeah, as you say, it wasn't until the end that we came under pressure, really.
Let's get to the goals. Come on, talk us through your goal. Come on.
Let's go to the goal.
Big that man. Come on. This header. Do you know what I mean? Look at the size of you. Come on. Mickey, roll red, will you? Unbelievable. Look at your concentration. You ready? Look at the movement. Look.
Great.
How did that feel?
Yeah, mate, as soon as I headed it, I knew it was in, but I've been due on this season, so I'm glad I've finally managed to get one.
Wow.
We've been working on it.
He's not giving himself enough credit. That is an unbelievable header.
Yeah, it is.
From that distance.
The ball wasn't bad, to be fair, but still.
Yeah. Trips never lets you down with his delivery, and Dan's had mixed success, I'll say, in training this week.
I'll be happy with
but in the big moment, he's delivered an unbelievable goal for the football club.
I mean, Alexander, first and foremost, I'm going to flex my Swedish. Humurdu.
Mycket bra. Mycket bra.
International, you know.
What a week for Liverpool, and I mean that in the most derogatory way possible. In retrospect, going down 1-0 to bottom-dwelling Southampton last Saturday should have been a warning sign, even if the Reds came back to win 3-1. The two matches since that mildly annoying Premier League showdown have cost Liverpool chances at 2 trophies, and even more concerningly, they've raised real doubts about the club's ability to hang on to first place and earn the one that's most important. It started with the Champions League, a competition that Liverpool had romped through in the league stage. Its only loss was a 3-2 defeat to PSV Eindhoven in a match that didn't seem to matter at the time. However, that loss made it so Liverpool would face the winner of Brest against Paris Saint-Germain, which was unsurprisingly PSG. The reward for its dominant first stage was to meet the second hardest possible opponent in the round of 16. PSG delivered on whatever dread pool boys fans might have felt. Across both legs of their tie, PSG controlled the flow and cadence of the matches, and though Liverpool was able to perform a heist to win the first leg, the League One leaders came back to win the second leg and the subsequent penalty shootout. With only a few days to recover from that defeat and elimination, Liverpool took on Newcastle United in the League Cup final on Sunday, and it was really more of the same. Recent losers to Liverpool by a 2-0 scoreline, Newcastle had a much different game plan than PSG, but the end result was similar. The Magpies controlled the chances, blocked off Liverpool's vaunted attack from doing much of anything, and then scored when it needed to in order to pick up a 2-1 win and its first major trophy. I joke that the League Cup is a tin pot trophy, but it is a major trophy since the Intercities Fairs Cup title in 1969. Liverpool played hesitant attacking soccer, but its opponents did no such thing, even if it took until the final minute of the first half for the breakthrough to come. Off a corner kick, 6'7" academy product turned journeyman turned returning local boy Dan Burn got on the end of a cross by Kieran Trippier and managed to nod it into the bottom corner of the goal, giving Newcastle a crucial lead. On the other side of half-time, with Liverpool still believing that it could come back to win, Newcastle's best player rebuffed those hopes. Alexander Isak has been a true menace this season, and he had some more fun thanks to a rare mistake from Virgil van Dijk. The imperious Dutch centre-back somehow left Isak, one of English soccer's most dangerous attackers, open in the middle of the box, and the Swede latched onto a knock-on header to double Newcastle's lead. Even after that goal, with a 2-0 deficit, Liverpool felt like it was just out for a meaningless match rather than a cup final. Attack after attack floundered with limp crosses into the box or poorly timed dribbles into defenders rather than open space. Credit here for Newcastle, which defended stoutly in the face of a lackadaisical attack, and which deserved every bit of this long-awaited trophy. Even when Liverpool finally scored thanks to summer signing and bit player Federico Chiesa's first goal in a Liverpool shirt, a breakaway that was checked endlessly by VAR for offside before being confirmed, there was little indication that an equaliser would show up. While Newcastle will rightfully and proudly celebrate its trophy, Liverpool must now figure out what has gone wrong after such a thrilling start to its season. Where once there were hopes of the club's first ever treble, now there is only pressure. As it stands, Liverpool should still win the Premier League. The Reds have a 12-point lead over injury-ravaged Arsenal with only 9 matches to play, and it would be an all-time collapse to lose out on its 20th First Division title. If, however, Liverpool were to throw it all away in the last quarter of the season, then it's likely that everyone will look at the 8 days between March 8th and March 16th as the beginning of that swoon. No pressure, Liverpool, but 8 days have rarely been so foreboding. Newcastle United claimed their first major trophy in 70 years with a hard-fought 2-1 victory over Liverpool in the EFL Cup final at Wembley Stadium. Goals from Dan Burn and Alexander Isak proved decisive, with Federico Chiesa's late strike setting up a tense finish. Eddie Howe's side held on to secure a historic win in front of jubilant travelling supporters. Howe became the first English manager to lift a major domestic trophy with a Premier League side since Harry Redknapp's FA Cup triumph with Portsmouth in 2008. Newcastle's defensive resilience and clinical finishing ensured they edged past a Liverpool side that dominated possession but struggled to create clear chances. Liverpool dominated possession in the early stages, but despite their territorial control, they failed to seriously test Nick Pope. Newcastle remained compact and disciplined, waiting for opportunities to strike on the break or from set pieces. The breakthrough came right on the stroke of half-time. Kieran Trippier delivered an excellent in-swinging corner from the right, and Dan Burn rose highest at the far post to power a header beyond Caimin Kelleher. It was a dream moment for the Newcastle defender and lifelong Magpies supporter, who wheeled away in celebration after handing his side a 1-0 lead going into the interval. Newcastle started the second half with renewed confidence and quickly doubled their advantage in the 52nd minute. Tino Livramento swung in an off-balance cross from the left, which Jacob Murphy met at the back post. Murphy's knockdown found Alexander Isak, who volleyed home emphatically from close range. The Swedish striker's 58th goal for Newcastle came on his 100th appearance for the club and put Howe's side firmly in control. Onslaught reacted by making a flurry of changes. Federico Chiesa and Harvey Elliott were introduced in an attempt to spark Liverpool into life. The Reds pushed forward relentlessly, and their efforts were finally rewarded deep into stoppage time. In the 904th minute, Elliott dispossessed Bruno Guimaraes in midfield and threaded a perfectly weighted pass through to Chiesa. The Italian forward burst between the lines and, under pressure from Dan Burn, calmly slotted past Pope. Although the assistant referee initially flagged for offside, VAR intervened and awarded the goal, giving Liverpool a lifeline. With 8 additional minutes indicated, Liverpool threw bodies forward in search of an equaliser. However, Newcastle's defence hold by Burn and Shreld firm, and Pope remained composed in the closing stages, making key interventions to protect their lead. Newcastle saw out the remaining time to clinch a 2-1 win and spark wild celebrations among their fans. Returning local boy Dan Burn got on the end of a cross by Kieran Trippier and managed to nod it into the bottom corner of the goal, giving Newcastle a crucial lead. On the other side of half-time, with Liverpool still believing that it could come back to win, Newcastle's best player rebuffed those hopes. Alexander Isak has been a true menace this season, and he had some more fun thanks to a rare mistake from Virgil van Dijk. The imperious Dutch centre-back somehow left Isak, one of English soccer's most dangerous attackers, open in the middle of the box, and the Swede latched onto a knock-on header to double Newcastle's lead. Even after that goal, with a 2-0 deficit, Liverpool felt like it was just out for a meaningless match rather than a cup final. Attack after attack floundered with limp crosses into the box or poorly timed dribbles into defenders rather than open space. Credit here for Newcastle, which defended stoutly in the face of a lackadaisical attack, and which deserved every bit of this long-awaited trophy. Even when Liverpool finally scored thanks to summer signing and bit player Federico Chiesa's first goal in a Liverpool shirt, a breakaway that was checked endlessly by VAR for offside before being confirmed, there was little indication that an equaliser would show up. While Newcastle will rightfully and proudly celebrate its trophy, Liverpool must now figure out what has gone wrong after such a thrilling start to its season. Where once there were hopes of the club's first ever treble, now there is only pressure. As it stands, Liverpool should still win the Premier League. The Reds have a 12-point lead over injury-ravaged Arsenal with only 9 matches to play, and it would be an all-time collapse to lose out on its 20th First Division title. If, however, Liverpool were to throw it all away in the last quarter of the season, then it's likely that everyone will look at the 8 days between March 8th and March 16th as the beginning of that swoon. No pressure, Liverpool, but 8 days have rarely been so foreboding.